Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Bert Ferguson here, coming to you guys with another update, and this is a Q3 outlook and quick update. Of course, I've got Brendan Brown here with Keystone Funding, and we're just want to come to you guys with an update, some things that are happening as we did in Q2. Now, we're in Q3. If you're watching this, you're probably going to see this in the third quarter of the year, and there are some pretty significant market updates that we want to get to you guys. So before I go into it and before Brendan goes into it, we're going to give you our information. So first, I'm Bert Ferguson, Realtor with the Rush Home team of Compass. We service all of Delaware, all 3 counties, as well as Maryland and Pennsylvania. You can reach me on my cell, 302-204-1347. And email is also great, bertf@rushhome.com. We'll leave all that down in the bottom. And of course, on all socials, just look up Bert Ferguson Realtor and you'll find all my different socials. And we'll leave the little tags on at the bottom. Brendan, go ahead and give them your information.
Hey guys, my name is Brendan Brown. I'm a mortgage lender here with Keystone Funding. I am also licensed in Delaware, Maryland, and PA, serving all 3 states. My phone number is 302-670-3096. That would be the best way to reach out to me with any questions or concerns. I'll also leave my email down in the link below as well.
What we're going to talk about today is some significant mortgage updates and some quick real estate updates. What I'll do is I'll kind of start with the real estate stuff. If you guys are watching this, we are in Q3. We just got out of Q2, and there are some really interesting things, numbers-wise, that I want to get out to you. I would say first thing is first is that we do see a little bit more inventory year over year, about 6% more inventory than we did see last year. Okay, so there are more options out there for a lot of home buyers. One of the things that I did notice as well is that we had a slight decrease in our national U.S. median home price. We're at about $397,000. We're down a couple thousand from about 400. In Delaware, though, specifically Kent County. So if you're in Kent County watching this, our median sales price right now is $340,000. Last month, though, it was in the month of June, the median Delaware Kent County sales price was $345,000. So we're seeing a slight creep up in the sales pricing here in Delaware. So in Kent County, at least, and I can definitely attest to that, we've got a lot of homes that are going quicker. Some people are getting more familiar and comfortable with the current interest rate market, which Brendan will talk about. And another thing that I've noticed too is from our renters out there, if you are renting a home, our U.S. average rent right now is $1,645. In Delaware, Kent County specifically, if you're looking for a 4-bedroom, you're not going to find one under $2,000 a month. Okay, that does a lot of different things. Renting right now, is it as economically viable for you than purchasing? The numbers may not support that. The numbers may support that purchasing and getting educated on that process is going to work out a little bit better for you. We did have some information on the CPI report that came out. Inflation is not rising as fast as it was, which is kind of helping some of the markets. So Brendan, at that point, I'm going to go ahead and let you go into some of those numbers.
Hey guys, my name is Brendan Brown with Keystone Funding again. Just wanted to chat with you guys about the what we've seen with the interest rates recently. I'm reporting to you as of July 15th. Just last week, the CPI report, as Bert mentioned, it did show a decrease in inflation, which for interest rates, that's awesome. We did show a good surge and decrease in rates to where we are now at an average over the past 5.5 to 6 months. We are at an all-time low. We haven't been this low since beginning of February of this year, which is awesome. Right now, according to the Mortgage News Dailies, which I can also leave the links below to where I got this information, the average conventional rate is around a 6.8, FHA is around a 6.26, and VA is around a 6.29. So that is awesome compared to what we've been seeing over the past couple months. Also, if you're looking at, this is June, not so much July, but June, we are about at 8 basis points less in interest rate compared to where we were last year. All of this is great and is showing an indication that possibly the interest rates are getting better. There are a couple upcoming reports that could dictate the rates a little bit. I don't think they'll have a large impact on rates. regarding the sales, retail sales data, which is coming out on Tuesday, as well as the jobless claims report coming out on Thursday. So just keep an eye out on those, and hopefully we'll be getting back together to kind of chat about what those came to a conclusion on. Again, I don't think they'll affect the rates dramatically, but they could play a portion. But for so far, compared the first quarter of Q3, seeing a rate cut in this year in Q3 is awesome.
Now, you mentioned rate cut. So, Brennan, I wanted to ask you to kind of answer this question, or have our clients rethink what it means if rates drop and home prices go up. Give us a little bit of a different context on that.
Yeah, no, that's a great question, and that's something we actually talked on a little bit earlier this year, where if interest rates come down, the common assumption is that home prices will go up, and I think that's fair to say. And I think most people are assuming that, and I do think personally that will happen. However, I do think people are underestimating the fact that if interest rates do increase, how much that actually does increase a first-time home buyer or a home buyer's buying power. So I think as if that does happen, I think the interest rates coming down will be more significant than people think.
Awesome. So you guys hear it here first, okay? Even if we do have those rates come down, there's going to be a more overall positive effect for you guys coming out there to shop around. It's going to give you guys more power to purchase homes. Sellers, as I am seeing, we're having a little bit of longer sit on market days for particular homes. I would say that is generally going to be for our over median price. So over 340, I'm definitely seeing homes being overpriced and sitting a little longer. If your purchase power goes up because interest rates have lowered, that kind of changes the game. So it's just another way to kind of think about that. So that's all we've got for today. That's our Q3 outlook. That's our Q3 update. We'll come to you guys at the beginning of Q4, see what happened, see what's changed, and that's what we got for now. Anything else you want to say, Brennan?
Thanks, guys. Feel free to reach out to either of us with any questions. I'd be happy to help or answer any questions that you may have. Looking forward to talking with you guys again on Q4.
See ya. Have a good one.